Hey guys, Hot Rod Reverend here. Welcome to part 3 of disassembly and inspection of this 272 ECG block. I've already been through parts 1 and 2. I'll leave links in the description below. If you have not seen those yet, I encourage you to stop by. Look at the playlist too here on the channel. Lots of information about the Y-Block Ford V8. So today we're going to finish up the teardown and disassembly and inspection. So you're in for a treat because next up is to pull the head. Before we do that, we're going to make sure all the spark plugs are out. Then we'll disassemble the head from the block.
Cylinder number 1. I wonder what that's going to look like inside. Here are cylinders 7 and 8. Look how clean they look compared to the first couple. 5 and 6. Yuck. Cylinder number 4, there was no spark plug in cylinder 3, but from cylinders 1 and 7 and 8, we're going to have a bear of a time trying to get this freed up.
If you don't know much about Y-Block cylinder heads and the bolts that hold them down, early blocks, really up to 56, would basically have 5 in the top row that are all the same length, 5 bolts in the bottom row, all the same length. 57 or so and on up to 64, the 2 outer bolts are longer than the 3 bolts up top in the top row. We're going to check that out today, see where we stand, and let's find out what this block has. Quick note here as we start removal of the head from the block, all original Y-Block Ford head bolts have an 11/16 head. It's torqued down pretty good. Okay, we've got all but 1 bolt left up top here to loosen up. Just for the sake of safety, I'm going to go ahead and spin the engine block so that this head, the deck surface is pretty much level, just in case. All right, so we got our 5 short ones, no weird things there, but look at this. We had a long bolt over there at cylinder 4, but something got screwed up here. You can tell where the threads are kind of boogered up a little bit because it bottomed out. That's our longer bolt, should have been on the outside. Don't know how this thing's sealed up with this head gasket. You want for information on this, check out the description. Check out the link in the description below that'll talk to you about 7 deadly sins of the Y-Block and watching out for head bolt links. It's a good video. All right, so how do we get the head off of here? A lot of guys do things different ways. You can tell right in here, there's a slot right there from the block. Got a little pry bar here. Basically just gonna get in there. You can tell it just lifts up a little bit. That's all I need. Release the other side. You can hear it release from the head gasket. So we're pretty much ready to pull this off. Now, a Y-Block head weighs about 55 pounds or so. Cast iron, not light. But let's go ahead and see if we can't pull this sucker off and see what the cylinders look like here on bank for 1 through 4. Kind of one of the reasons why I leave the studs in there. A little bit easier to grab onto something. Oh my word. Goodness gracious. Are we ever going to get this freed up? Are you absolutely kidding me? Man, this looks rough. Looks like all the cylinders have had some water in them. Goodness gracious gravy. Man, that's nasty. Look here at the head. Ugh. So check this out. This is the bottom face of one of the valves. That's how bad That cylinder rusted out. And this is what the other side looks like. We've got one cylinder that looks like it doesn't have a lot of corrosion in it. We got 7 that are nasty. Oh. Not quite sure what we're going to do here. This block is probably toast with the water jackets in there being pretty rough, and then what's inside. I ain't going to pay this sleeve cylinder. I've got another block here that's fine. Got another block back there that's really nice. No sense in this. So I'm going to save what I can. I'm going to flip it upside down and just start taking stuff off and see if I can maybe salvage the crank. We'll find out. Oh, nice. A little bit too wide. Here we go. I've got a mat down to catch. I don't think there's any oil in here, but just in case. Did have some water still in it. Let's flip this around. Drops out, and then we'll take off our oil pan and pump. Oh, a little bit of oil. Look at that. Looks like it's been re-soldered there. Or maybe even somebody put in a baffle. Someone probably put in their own baffle. Some of the larger ones didn't have a baffle in it. But doesn't have a lot of dents and junk in. This will probably clean up nice. You can see from the goo right there that there's been some water down in here. Pretty nasty. Gonna put this in the ultrasonic cleaner, get this cleaned up too. Pickup tube's in pretty good shape, not all mangled, or it's a little bit on the out of round. But I've seen a whole lot worse. Okay, just to walk around right here, you see this. This is a later unit for Ford. I'm assuming there must have been something here for PCV over the years, because this is an exact match to this block off plate. We do have a spin-on adapter, oil filter there at plate. We'll take off the old oil pump. Probably won't do much with that. We'll go ahead and take off the rear main seal retainer, and I think I'm going to be able to salvage the crank out of here. Got a decent look at it. Look at the pow nuts still on there. Be interested to see what a bearing looks like. But hoping to salvage the crank and take off front parts too, get the cam out and lifters, and scrap the block. So, man, look at that crud. Turn that oil pan upside down. Yuck. All right, this is exactly 1 inch here. Should be too difficult to take off. If you're going to reuse it, obviously you want to make sure you don't bend up your plate at all. Pretty important. It's kind of the best place to be right here. That way you don't damage anything. Basically the thing just pulls right off. There you go. 3 bolts hold on your oil pump. There's one kind of hidden under here. So we can get that sucker off there too. Thing still has a tag on it. Probably Original to the block, who knows? But look at the water in there. Ugh. There is an oil pump drive rod sitting in there. I don't know if you can see that or not. We'll just leave that in there for safekeeping. All right, rear main seal retainer, most of the time these guys have 12.3/8 of an inch. It's not all of them, but a lot of the Y blocks I've seen, it kind of varies from year to year. Typically though, this is standard. See what they look like right here. They're gonna have a washer and then that 12-point head. All right, let's pry this up. See if it's a rope seal or the rubber seal, neoprene. And it's a neoprene seal. Now, how about that? We'll check this out, make sure it's not distorted. This could obviously be reusable. I'm out of here. You know, we can't spin our timing chain, so we're gonna have to cut our timing chain. But we can salvage all this hardware at bare minimum. Spacers, washers, all kind of stuff that's really pertinent to the Y block. All right, call me crazy, I'm a little bit lazy, but I'm going to go ahead and just use a pair of bolt cutters here. I know, some of you guys like, get out the wheel, but I didn't want to fish it out. Thing's so worn out, I didn't have to use a puller on this, it just basically just pull right off. Early Y blocks had this provision for a little bit of a drip tray right here for your timing chain. Kind of oil would drip off the cam journal right here into this tray and then down into your timing chain, your crank gear. Take this plate off here, and there is a washer that a lot of guys miss or lose. It's got a bevel on the back end. The bevel goes towards the block. So don't lose that if you're taking one apart. A lot of wear on it. I can feel my fingernail right here. All right, let's try to pull this cam out. Looking down in here, it looks like we may have some lifters stuck in their bore. What a shock. So let's try to get the crank out next, and then we'll deal with the cam later. All right, take that back. Maybe it's not stuck. This thing is going to come out of here. Look at that used goodness right there. That's the Y block camshaft. It took a licking and it kept on ticking. Wow. Okay, we're almost there. Lifters are still in there. I flipped this upside down, they'll start falling out, but off camera, I'm gonna go ahead and remove these pow nuts and remove the connecting rods. And so stand by, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. All right, I cannot believe it. Crank looks really good so far on the connecting rod pins. And the reason being, you can see the bearings look to be in really good shape. So, tonight we're going to pull this back in. I'm going to flip it up right side up and put some white vinegar in the cylinders and go from there. See what we can do tomorrow. Vinegar's been sitting in this thing for about 12 hours. And you can tell where there's been a chemical reaction or two. Look over here on this side, it's looking a little bit better. But we're going to pull this out and see if we can't yank this crank today. Hopefully these pistons will move at least a little bit to give us some space with those rods. Try to tap on some of these. That's already moving, that's good. That feels like it is too. All right, that's good. This one here, I didn't have a chance to put much on that one, so especially because it's number 5 is so high up in the bore. But we'll flip and see what the other one's doing. All right, this is going to take a little while. I'm going to just be off camera for a bit and tap on some of these pits if I can't get them freed up. Little status report here. I've got every cap off except, oh, what is this here? Number 7. And I'm going to figure out a way to get to that nut. I very close. I got the pound nut off. So, but what I'm expecting is that I will be able to lift the crank out as is once I take off the main caps if I can get the last rod cap off. So, man, loads of fun. How nice these main journals are. Just proved to me why. Man, take this apart, take a look at it, try to save the crank if you can. It's in really good shape. So, all right, got everything, all the main caps off. I've got that other bolt out. Obviously, the rod caps are all the way. And let's see if we'll get lucky and be able to pull this thing out. Man. All right, you can tell I've covered up some of the rod bolts in some rubber. That way I don't have any issues. But let's see what happens here. Right there, I don't know if that's going to give way. We're okay in the back. I'm wondering if right here is not my problem. Let's see. Nope. Bingo. Crank came out. Well, guys, how about it? We got the crank out of there. You can tell by the way the bearings look and the condition of the journals. This is a nice crankshaft. I'm glad I saved it. We're going to chuck the rods and the pistons that are all stuck. They're junk anyway. This block here, not doing so hot with the cylinders. Cylinder walls, I'd have to sleeve it. Chuck this thing. There's a lot of ECG blocks out there.